Begin with the seventh chapter from your History and Civics book of grade 8, and the name of the chapter is Rise of British Power in Bengal. The advent of the British in India. The British first came in India as traders, as businessmen they came first, and slowly they captured the political matter, then the administrative matter. Let's begin. The British first came in India as traders in 17th century. However, by the middle of 19th century, the British succeeded in eliminating all their rivals and established an all India empire. The English East India Company in 1600, a company popularly known as the English East India Company was established by a small group of British merchants. The Queen of England, Elizabeth I, granted the company exclusive right to trade with the East. The company made enormous profits by buying Eastern goods and then selling them at a high price in the European market. This is how they were earning profit. The English East India Company set up its first factory in Surat in 1612. It was a trading settlement consisting of a warehouse, residential quarters, factories, and nothing else. By 1623, the British had established factories in Surat, Bhuj, Ahmedabad, Agra, and Masulipatam. Sir Thomas Rui, the British administrator to the court of Jahangir, had obtained many trade concessions for the company from the Mughal emperor. In 1639, now known as Chennai, later at that time it was known as Madras, was given to the British by a local ruler. And you can say it was fortified, and the fort was named as Fort St. George. In 1688, Charles II gave the company at a normal rent of £10 per year the island of Bombay. So you can understand slowly and steadily they are just spreading all over India, but it was only regarding the business matter. Right? So Madras, Bombay, and Calcutta became the headquarters of the British settlements in the south, west, and east regions. Each of these headquarters, are known as presidencies, was placed under the charge of a governor. So all these presidencies were charged under a governor. Governor was appointed by the Britishers to take care of their provisions of their you can say business matter. The French East India Company. The French East India Company was formed in 1664. Its headquarters in India was based in Pondicherry, now known as Puducherry. Other than that, you can say Surat, Masilipatam, then Mahi. All these were the areas where the French also had their companies. Now comes that there is a rivalry between the British and the French, which was already present in India. So the Britishers were having the English East India Company, and the French were having their French East India Company. Now both of them were coming in a rivalry mode. By the 18th century, the two major European powers in India were the British and the French. The Portuguese, by the beginning of the 17th century, had lost their influence. So you can understand it was not the British power only which was residing in India during that time. We were having the French also here, the Portuguese were also here. Though the Portuguese lost their power in the beginning of 17th century, but we will find that the French and the Britishers were in a great rivalry mode. The Portuguese, by the beginning of the 17th century, had lost their influence as well as their monopoly over Indian trade. Monopoly means they were the only traders at that time. They were the single trader at that time, and later on we found that the French came, the Britishers came, so they lost their monopoly. The Dutch. The Dutch had also been edged out of the competition and by the British and the French. Okay, the French and the British were in an intense competition, followed by the rivalry which led to wars. Okay, the commercial rivalry between the British and the French in India was aggravated by the fact that these two companies were political rivals in Europe as well. Okay, they were the political rivals in Europe, and now they became rival in India also, taking advantage of the decline of Mughal power and the unstable political condition in the country. Now both the powers, the French and the Britishers, fought 3 wars in India to establish their supremacy. These wars are referred to as Carnatic Wars. Okay, so the third Carnatic War shattered French dreams. So in the third war, they went for 3 wars, and in the third war, already the French power got declined. Now, rise of British power in Bengal. Bengal in the 18th century was the richest and the most fertile province in India, known as the paradise of the earth. The province of Bengal attract traders from Holland, France, and England. Okay, so in 1717, the Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar issued a farman granting the English East India Company the right to carry on duty-free trade in Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. This meant that the company could export and import goods from and to the province without paying any kind of taxes to the government. They were given the rights to issue passes for the free movement of the goods. Okay, the company made enormous profit. In course of time, the company began to interfere in local politics of the Indian rulers. Their interference soon turned into active involvement, and they established the foundations of British rule in Bengal by the middle of 18th century.